Clara Bradford stared at the meticulously typed letter in disbelief. Yes, she had applied, but she hadn't really expected to get an interview. After all, the Tornadoes were national champions, and she was just one of the athletic trainers for a local university. True, it was one of the larger, more well-known universities, and she had helped rehabilitate several up-and-coming athletes. But there had to have been hundreds of qualified applicants. Is that what I think it is? Her friend and fellow trainer Stacy Givens asked as she leaned over her shoulder to read the paper. It had been Stacy's idea for Clara to apply. The girl was always pushing her to do more, challenge herself. Well, she'd certainly done it this time. It is. They want to interview me. Clara could only blink at the words inviting her to come to South Lake for an interview. Stacy's arms wrapped around her and squeezed so tightly that Clara felt like a grape in a vice. I knew it. I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. A look of satisfaction covered her face. Clara chuckled at those words. Stacy enjoyed being right, so being able to say I told you so was definitely something she wanted to say. The only problem was she didn't know about Clara's past. Stacy didn't know that Clara's ex-boyfriend was a wide receiver for the Texas Tornadoes. Could she really work on his team, knowing that she would have to see him? And what if he got injured? Would she be able to watch him get hit again and again? Even more importantly, could she work that closely with him? Would he even let her? Stacy stepped back from Clara and crossed her arms. One eyebrow arched on her forehead as she fixed Clara with a questioning look. Okay, what's going on? You should be ecstatic about this interview, yet pensive and hesitant, or more the vibes I'm getting from you? Clara bit her lip as she debated if she wanted to share this story with Stacy. Yes, they had been friends for the last few years, having gone through the same program in college and then ending up on the same college team. But this was not something she was proud of. This was her biggest regret and the one thing she would change if she could go back in time. She decided sharing part of the truth would be okay. I used to date one of the players on the Tornadoes. Stacy's eyes widened and her mouth dropped open. You did? Which one? Mason Dixon. A confused expression clouded Stacy's face. Like the boundary line that separates Pennsylvania and Maryland? Clara chuckled as she remembered how many times she'd had to answer a similar question in the past. No, like the wide receiver for the Tornadoes. But yes, like the line. His parents have an odd sense of humor. So, who broke it off? Stacy's eyebrow lifted again as she leaned back and crossed her arms. Boy, if that wasn't a long story. But that was the part of the story Clara wasn't going to go into right now. I guess I did, sort of. A knowing look covered Stacy's face and she nodded. And you're worried, what, that you'll fall for him again? That was exactly what she was worried about, among other things. No, not really. It's been a few years. So you're worried that he's found someone else? Well, now she was. She hadn't even thought of that possibility until it crossed Stacy's lips. Could she watch him date another woman? What if he had already found one and was married? What if he already had kids? I don't know exactly what I'm worried about. I guess that it might be weird, that he might not want to work with me. That no-nonsense look took over Stacy's face. It was the same one she used whenever guys tried to say women couldn't work with football players, and Clara loved it. Normally. Honey, I'm sure he's a professional. It's his job to work with whoever the team hires, and if that's you, then I'm sure he'll be fine. Clara hoped Stacy was right. Of course, she didn't have the job yet, but this would be a huge stepping stone for her if she got it.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.